So in the previous class, we were studied about the inductive bias, that is the unbiased learner. We have already studied about that. There is conjunction of hypothesis in the case of candidate elimination algorithm. So we have to represent the disjunction. We have introduced the inductive bias property, in which we can include the disjunction of the hypothesis. And from this, we came to know that we are come under new problem, in which we are learning the things very accurately. Those are given in examples, those are given in training examples. We are learning them very beautifully, but the things which are outside the domain of learning example, we are not able to learn them. So it means there is no generalization to that property. So that is also of no use, that we can learn a very good uh, training algorithm, but when testing with the unknown cases, the resultant output is not so good. So in that case, we have introduced the term that we can use inductive bias. In the case of inductive bias, we can have the property that while taking consideration of all the inputs, we can consider that we can inductively deduce this is the learning algorithm by the disjunction. So by using we can have that disjunction as well as conjunction of the input hypothesis or the hypothesis. So this thing we have completed in the previous example, previous class. Now we will start with the, that is unit 2. With the concept learning, we are ended up the 1. So the new unit is about decision learning, a decision tree learning, that how a tree can be made, that can be learned, that can the machine learning. So this class is start the decision tree learning, that is unit 2 of the course. Now these are the inductive inference with uh, decision trees. Decision tree is the most widely used and practical method of inductive inference. But basically, decision tree is that it includes features of the method of approximating discrete function, including Boolean, in which the learned function is represented by a decision tree. We will represent the function, discrete valued function, in which the machine learning function represented by a decision tree. A tree kind of input is made. Basis of this, we can define the what is the inference method inductively. In the case of decision tree, the learned functions are decision trees as an tool to improve human readability. For example, in the case of previous example that we have already read, in the case of my friend Aldo enjoys sport or not. Example, if I say if rainy, if the temperature is more than 40, if it is rainy, is not rainy, if I consider all this if else rule, then that is again the same thing we are going to have with the decision tree, but now this time we are going to include the inductive inference that we have learned in previous example, in which we can inductively deduce that from the inputs hypothesis this could be the output. That is the learning algorithm. Another feature of the decision tree is that it is expressive hypothesis based, including disjunction. Candidate elimination algorithm is not able to give you the disjunction hypothesis, whereas the decision trees also provide you the expressive hypothesis base in which disjunction are also present. Moreover, candidate elimination algorithm is not robust to the noisy data. Whereas once the decision tree is made, it will able to reduce the it will not there is no impact of the noisy data on the decision tree. We will see this. So it is robust to noisy data. How basically a decision tree is represented? Decision tree classify instances by sorting them down the tree from the root to the some leaf node, which provide the classification of instance. We will start from some root node until some leaf node. We will track down the tree, we will sort down the tree, and that will provide classification for that instance. If I will going to represent this with an example. This is the root node outlook. This is the decision tree representation, a decision tree in which the root node is outlook. If the outlook is sunny, so down the tree we are going to find the next parameter, the humidity. The nodes are the parameters basically, and we will track down the tree to get our output, whether it is a yes case or no case. In the case of binary classification, we are going yes or no. It could have multiple classification, multi-class classification also. In the binary class classification, there is only two output possible, either yes or no. Whereas in the multi-class classification, there are multiple outputs are possible. For example, you are going to make a machine learning algorithm which represent the number, which can detect the number, it is number written, or the number plate algorithm, or the number plate algorithm of a number plate algorithm. If your algorithm is able to detect all the inputs, say I am recognizing only the numerical inputs, then those numerical inputs are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that class is multi-class classification because it is able it will able to classify more than one class, more than two classes. For the binary class classification, it is only two classes, either yes or no. Whereas in the case of multi-class classification, it is more than two classes. So in the case of number plate recognition, it is 1 to 9 or 0 also, 1 to 9, 0 to 9, so that is 10 classes are there. So in the case of decision tree, we write the instances by sorting them down the tree from the root to the some leaf node. From root node to the some leaf node, we track down the tree that finally provides the classification of instance. In this case of play tennis algorithm, this is the root node outlook. We will check whether it is sunny, overcast or rainy. If it is sunny, then if it is humidity is very high, then also that play tennis will not be happen. The tennis game would not be happen. So it will fall in the class of no. Whereas if the outlook is sunny, humidity is normal, then it will fall in the category of yes. That is play tennis can be happen. So this is how we represent the decision tree. Each node in the tree specifies a test of some attribute of the instance. Node is specified test of the attribute, and each branch descending from the root node or the node corresponds to the possible value for this attribute. This is the node or this is the node. Node specifies some attribute of the instance. So the attribute in this case is outlook, humidity or wind. These are the three nodes. So these nodes represent attributes. And each branch descending from that node correspond to one of the possible value of the attribute. So similarly in the case of outlook, the possible values of the attributes are sunny, overcast and rainy. Whereas in the case of humidity it is high and normal. Whereas in the case of wind it is strong and weak. So that is the how the decision tree is represented. An instance is classified by starting at the root node to the tree and testing the attributes specified by this node. Then moving down to the tree branch corresponding to the value of the attribute. We start from the root node, track down the tree so that each value of the attribute is compared, that is used. If the overcast is outlook is overcast, then definitely the played tennis court will happen. This is just one part of the tree. Isn't it this tree? Similarly, we track down the tree from the root node to the down the tree. We check the each of the attribute, in which attribute it is occurring. We will choose that attribute and then we will test the next attribute, find its value. Wherever find its value, the leaf node will provide me in which class it is occurring. So in the case of decision tree, this process is repeated for the subtree rooted at the new node. For each subtree, this process is repeated. So this is how we are going to get the decision tree output. But this is also very tricky, that how will we made the decision tree. We can get the output from the decision tree. So now in this case, you can see you have included all the, if you made a decision tree from a database, if you can make able to uh, present a decision tree, then that decision tree will may include disjunction, may include conjunction, may include negation. You can include anything with this decision tree. But once the right decision tree is learned, your machine learning algorithm can very easily tell whether it's a positive output or a negative output. For example, in the case of play tennis, I am just having one example. If the outlook is sunny, temperature is hot, humidity is high, wind is strong. Now outlook is sunny, then it will follow this path. Outlook is sunny, then it will check humidity. When the humidity is given high, it means the resulting output is no. So the play tennis would not happen in this case. So it means the outliers temperature is hot and wind is strong will have no effect in this decision tree output. Uh, Decision tree represents the disjunction or the conjunction of constraint on the values of attributes. Obviously, we have considered that if we consider the same decision tree, if the outlook is sunny and humidity is normal, outlook is sunny and the humidity is normal, it is also yes. Outlook is overcast, then also it is yes. Outlook is rainy and wind is weak. Outlook is rainy and the wind is weak, then it is also yes. So for each yes, it is providing disjunction also. So this is providing conjunction as well as disjunction. So decision tree is following, expressing disjunction as well as conjunction. This is one example taken from the 1000 medical records of women, in which positive and negative examples of C-section are taken. The plus indicates the positive example and the negative indicates the negative example, and the decision tree is made in this. You can see this is 833 positive example. So in the case of fetal, the fetal presentation of 1 and fetal presentation 2 and fetal presentation 3. So in the case of each of these fetal presentation, 822 are positive example in the case of presentation 1 and 116 are negative example. Similarly, out of the 833, 3 are in positive in the fetal presentation of 2 and 8 in the fetal presentation of 3. And 22 is in the fetal presentation of 22 negative example in the fetal presentation of 3, and 29 is the negative example of fetal presentation 2. So if you add them up, 822 plus 8 plus 3, that is 11, that would is 833 total, 833 positive examples, and this is under 3 classes, fetal presentation 1, 2. So this is just an example that how a decision tree is made from the medical records of 1000 women. Similarly, you can also get in between the classes, that is if one of the attribute is fetal distress. In the case of fetal distress, there is 334 positive example and 47 negative example. In the fetal example, the next attribute is birth weight less than 333,349 and the birth weight greater than equal to 3,349. So for the less than birth weight, it is 201 positive example, and for the more than 3,349, it is 133 positive example. So if you add them up, 201 and 133 would result in 334. Similarly, for the negative one, 10.6 negative example and the 36.4 negative example with the birth weight more than 3,349. So my point is to say that this is just a representation of the decision tree, and in this decision tree, whenever you combine them up from the each node, the resulting output would be the combination at the top node. As in this case, the 3 nodes are fetal presentation 1, 2, 3. If you combine them up, the resultant presentation is the host node, the root node, the 833 positive and 167 negative. Similarly, in between the nodes, if you add them up, 334 positive, 47 negative. Similarly, if you add them up, 201 positive and 133, that would result in 334 positive. So this is how the decision tree is made. We will learn more about this, how decision tree is made. First, we will learn that when to use decision tree. Decision tree having some problem characteristics. These characteristics are instances can be described by attribute value pairs. We have seen this that for each instance there is a for each attribute there is an instance or the node of that tree. Instances are described by a fixed value of attributes. For example, temperature, where values hot, cold, mild, anyone. So the easiest situation for the decision tree learning is when each attribute takes on a small number of disjoint positive values. Whenever you design a tree, you will try to design the tree in that case in which we will able to define the disjoint positive values or some small number of disjoint positive value, then only it will be effective. So this is the case when we can use the decision tree. In the case of decision tree, the target function is also discrete value. In our example, we have seen that the target function is the Boolean classification in which the output is either yes or no to each example. So the decision tree method easily extends to the learning function with more than 2 possible output values. We can make the decision tree as I have given the example of the learning of a car number plate. In the car number plate, we can make it to learn more number of output values, that is, say in the case of car number plate, it is 0 to 9. 10 classes output is possible. In the case of decision tree, disjunctive hypothesis may be required. Disjunctive hypotheses are that one hypothesis on one side and one hypothesis on the other side. For example, we have learned in our tree that it is outlook sunny and the humidity is normal, or outlook overcast, or outlook rainy and wind is weak. All are resulting the positive output. That is, play tennis is yes. So decision trees naturally represent disjunctive expression. They are automatically representing disjunctive expressions. Uh, I have already told you that in the case of decision tree, it is robust to the noisy data or the missing data also. It is robust to the training data and the missing data. In the case of decision tree, learning methods are robust to error, both error in classification of the training data and the error in the attribute value that describe these examples. Given decision trees are able to tell if there is an error in the attribute side or the error in the output side, that is yes or no, that is error in the classification or error in the input values, error in the output or error in output input. If you have made the right decision tree, then it will correctly describe that example. So in the case of error to the training example, it will also able to digest that error, so there is no effect of the error in that case. So in that case, decision tree is also very effective. In the case of missing attributes value, decision tree methods can even use some training example having unknown value. For example, humidity of the day is known for only some of the training example. In fact, we have used that if there is some missing value or some extra value present. For example, in our case, we have shown that if the outlook is sunny and humidity is high, so there is no effect of temperature is hot, cold or not, wind is strong. If the humidity is checked, then if the outlook is sunny, then humidity is checked only, the wind has no impact. But if the outlook is rainy, then only wind is checked. So in that case, this is no impact of wind in the case of humidity. So similarly, in the case of missing attribute values, there is no impact on the decision tree. The decision tree is also able to classify the different classification problems, like the medical diagnosis we have seen above, that the 1,000 records of the women are taken for the C-section examples, then how the decision tree is made. So it is used for the medical diagnosis. It is also used in the case of credit risk. Suppose some credit card given to some person, in that case the answer is yes, whether it can be given to that person or not. That is also checked with the decision tree on the basis of its history, that whether he has given its out the EMIs in proper time, what is its risk appetite, how much its salary the person is on the basis of this, the credit card decision can be taken, that whether it is given to that person or not. Several times is also define the classification problem. Even you have seen this in then it will automatically tell that right now it is in this language, and it will also provide you some options that you want to convert that to which language. Suppose you provide in Hindi, then in the natural language processing, it will automatically learn that the input is given in Hindi. So that is a classification problem for this that can be easily solved with the decision tree, because on the basis of input, it will able to decide what is the input you are giving, and it will tell that currently it is in Hindi and you want to convert in which language. So such problem in which the task is to classify example into one of the discrete possible categories are often referred to as classification problems, in which the task is to classify number of outputs, discrete categories, then that is known as classification problems, in which we can use this decision tree. So how the decision trees are induced in the decision, how the top-down induction are induced in the decision tree. In the decision tree, we will learn about ID3 example first. In the case of ID3, it's a basic algorithm of learning decision tree. Given a training set of example, the algorithm for building decision tree performs search in the space of the decision tree. So to make the decision tree, we have to dig into the space. We have to dig into a space of decision tree to perform search. This is we learn in the coming as the course progress. The construction of tree is top to down, that is already given to you, known to you, and the algorithm is greedy. Greedy in the sense, once it is able to known to that outlook is sunny, the humidity is high, then it will automatically check humidity. It will not check the temperature, whether it is warm or not. Isn't it, as we have seen in the previous example? The fundamental question is which should be tested next. This is the important thing because on the basis of this, just only we will able to make the decision tree. While to make the decision tree, we have to decide but which attribute should be tested next. Which question give us more information. Which attribute we should choose and that it will give us more accurate information. Because for example, in the previous case, suppose I will choose outlook is sunny, humidity is high. Instead of humidity, I may choose temperature, isn't it? So I may choose outlook as sunny. Okay, fine. Then temperature is chosen or not. Humidity is chosen. Why humidity is chosen? Why not temperature is chosen? So this is on the basis of some decision. So how that decision is made, how that uh, output is made. So that is tricky to choose. So the fundamental question in the case of decision tree is which attribute should be tested next and which attribute give us the more information. So how the decision tree is made, first we will select the best attribute, then a descendant node is then created for each positive value of this attribute, and example are partition according to this value. First, we will choose the best attribute. Say in the case of play tennis, we have choose the best attribute outlook. The best attribute may be in that case your humidity at the root node. But why we have chosen outlook? That is also tricky. So first we will choose the best out attribute. Then we will choose the descendant node. Which descendant node would be the provide you the best information, that is chosen. Now that descendant node would be put on the which are the possible values of the attribute. Say in the case of outlook, there are three outputs. There are three possible values: sunny, overcast, and rainy. Now instead of the rainy one, the wind can be put at the sunny side. So on the this is also tricky to choose. Outlook is sunny and then wind is chosen. So descendant is then chosen and this process is then kept on repeating for each successor node until all the examples are classified correctly or there are no attribute left. We have to make this keep on going until all the examples are classified correctly. This is how to make the decision tree. Now the first question arises in this: how to select the best attribute out of the number of attributes as is given here. uh, the outlook, wind, outlook, temperature, humidity or wind, which one to choose the root node, which is the best attribute. How to select it? It is selection on some basis. Now what are those bases? In the case of ID3 algorithm, the ID3 algorithm learns decision tree by constructing then top down, beginning with the question which attribute should be the tested at the root of the tree. To answer this question, each instance attribute is evaluated using a statistical test to determine how well it alone classifies a training example. We will take each attribute. For example, in this case, we have 4 attributes. For each attribute, we will take a statistical test, and that statistical test is that we will define next. That how that statistical test is made. Each attribute is tested against it, and for each attribute, it will test whether it is able to classify the training example or not. The best attribute is then selected and used at the root of the node, and the descendant of the root node is then created for each possible value of the attribute, and the training examples are sorted to appropriate descendant node. Once you have selected the root node, then you come with the problem to select the descendant. Then again another statistical test is made to select that what could be the output in conjunction. If you combine these two attributes, then what could be the output? What is the best possible value of that test? Then if it is able to classify the example correctly, then the next is chosen. The entire process is kept on repeating using the training example associated with each descendant node to select the best attribute to test at that point in the tree. We keep on repeating this example. First we choose a root node, then a leaf node, then a descendant node. From that descendant node, we will keep on testing that what could be the uh, output in that case. If it is able to classify all the training examples correctly or not. If it is able to classify the training example, then it is chosen. So this form of greedy search for an acceptable decision tree is taken, in which the algorithm never track backs to reconsider earlier choices. Once it is made that this is the root node, then it will not able to change the root node again and again. It will never backtrack to the earlier choices. Once it is made that this is root node, this is the descendant node to the root node, the next is the new node to the descendant node. Keep on the adding the nodes, but it will never backtrack the algorithm. Now, how to select the, how to make the statistical test that alone classify the training examples. Which attribute is the best classifier? I have taken the two example in which one attribute is A1, another attribute is A2. In the A1, the positive examples are 29 positive examples. If we choose T, then it is 21 positive examples in this, and if we choose F, then it is 8 positive examples. You can see the combination of 21 plus 8 will result in 29 positive examples. Similarly, in the case of A2, there is 29 positive examples. If we choose T, then 18 positive examples and 11 positive examples if we choose F. So, out of this attribute, whether A1 is chosen or A2 is chosen, that is quite tricky. How we choose that, whether we divide in 21 8 or 11 18, 18 11. So this is how the choice is made. The central choice of ID3 algorithm is selecting which attribute to test at each node of the tree. We would like to select the attribute that is most useful to the classifying example. Obviously, that would be required that we will uh, choose those attributes that is most suitably classifying the training example, most suitably able to say whether it is yes or no. So we will definitely choose those attributes. So what is a good quantitative measure of the worth of that attribute? How quantitatively you can say that this attribute A1 is need to chosen or A2 is need to chosen. You can choose A1 also, you can choose A2 also. But which of these need to chosen? So that attribute is known as the information gain. How much information is gained by dividing it in say in this case by dividing it in A1 or in A2, whether we divide A1 or whether we divide in A2, whether we divide in 21 8 or whether we divide in 18, which of these this will provide me the high information gain. Will provide the high information gain, I will choose. So the statistical record information gain measures how well a given attribute separates the training example. The information gain uses the notion of entropy. This is also information theory. We have already used This is you have already studied in information theory that how providing the information gain. We will also going to repeat here. The information gain expected reduction of entropy. So the reduced in unnecessary data will provide you the information gain. But there will be the entropy that result in the information gain. But how to calculate entropy? First we will study that. So binary classification, the entropy is the measure of the collection of examples, and it depends on the distribution of the random variable. Some random variable or some probability random variable, we will that how much impurity is present. Out of these, we will decide which one the more information. Say in the case of if we are checking that S is the collection of training example we have taken, P plus is the proportion of positive example, and B minus is the proportion of negative. So entropy in S is given as the if it is uh, uh, minus P log P minus P minus uh, I will represent this with P1. PA and PB, that would be quite easily understood. Say entropy is minus PA log of PA, similarly minus PB log of PB. But we consider that this log is log to the base 2. This is log to the base 2. This is the definition of entropy that you have already read in communication also, that is also information theory also. In the case of 0, the log 2 does not have any effect, the output is 0. That is just an example. So similarly, we have taken an example. Suppose you divide the example, there are 14 examples. So entropy to compute 14 positive example and 0 negative example is 0, because if every example is positive one, so there is no impurity present in it. That is very true. If you divide the examples on 5 negative examples and 9 positive examples, and if you compute the entropy, the probability of occurrence of positive example is 9 by 14. So according to the formula, the minus probability of the positive example minus 9 by 14 log to the base 2 probability of the positive example, that is 9 by 14. Similarly, the probability of negative example minus 5 by 14 of the minus 5 by 14, that is probability of negative example, and log to the base 2 5 by 14, that is the probability of negative example. So if you compute this, you will result in minus 0.94, and this comma written, that is actually point, that is 0.94. Similarly, if you divide the positive and negative example by 7 plus and 7 minus equal, the entropy is very high, that is 1. So in this case, there is no information gain. Even in the case of 0, there is also no information gain, because all are positive examples, so everything is positive. So there is no need to make the decision tree. It's already decided. Similarly, in this case, if it is 1, there is no information gain. It is equally divided. Once it is equally divided, you cannot divide it further. So there is also no information gain. The entropy, that is important. Just suggest you that you do some examples in which we will able to provide the entropy. But one thing you need to remember, 0 and 1 only. Similar to the probability, that this is also between 0 to 1. So in the next class, we will learn more about the entropy. This is the entropy curve. In the case of entropy, the maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is 0. The maximum value occurs at the equal probability of, in the previous case, 7 positive, 7 negative. So probability would come out to be 0.5. That is 7 by 14, 7 by 14. In that case, the entropy is 1. That is maximum. So this is the entropy curve for each of the inputs. So in the next class, we will continue about the entropy also and the information gained to decide the decision tree. If you have any doubt or anything, you can ask